Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 25th of December 2024. This day is celebrated as the Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ. From the audience point of view, the origins of Christmas are uncertain, but the Christian Church in Rome celebrated the feast of the Nativity on December 25 by 336. The date may have been chosen because it coincided with the winter solstice and the Roman festival of Saturnalia. Birth of Jesus. The Bible, Gospels of Luke and Matthew mention the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, but don't provide a specific date. Biblical scholars and historians don't agree on when Jesus was born. From the Indian history point of view, December 25 is a Good Governance Day, which celebrates the birth anniversary of the former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Some Hindus also celebrate a Tulsi Pujan Divas on December 25, a day to honor the goddess Tulsi. Now, starting with the world news, including at least two journalists killed, several wounded in gang attack during a Haiti hospital reopening. Watch hundreds protests in Syria after Christmas trees set on fire. Singapore warns of action or a fake Chinese party job offers on social media platform. Iran lifts bans on WhatsApp and Google Play after 2 years. Both explosions in the United States, Florida leaves one dead, 5 injured. Hosted Bangladesh Prime Minister Hasina's son denies crafting $12.65 billion nuclear deal. Now, briefly from the Hindu newspaper, Christmas in post-Assad Syria tainted by fears for minorities' future. Syrian citizens gathered outside the Sayednaya convent during the lighting the Christmas tree in Sayednaya town on outskirts of Damascus, Syria on December 24, 2024. Syria's rule adopted Assad's government on December 8 has since sought to assure religious and ethnic minorities that their rights would be upheld. Sarah Latif had feared that the Kurd Christian community in Syria may struggle to celebrate its first Christmas since Islamist-led rebels toppled longtime ruler Bashar al-Assad earlier this month. But a church in Damascus is historic center surrounded by some 500 faithful while singing salams on Christian Air on Tuesday. She could breathe a sigh of relief. It was not easy to come together in the current circumstances and to joyfully pray, but thank God we did it, Latifa told AFP at a mass at the capital Syriac Orthodox Cathedral of St. George. Syria's rulers who toppled Assad's government on December 8 have since sought to assure religious and ethnic minorities that their rights would be upheld. Bethlehem marks a second subdued Christmas during the war in the Gaza. Worshippers pray at the Church of Nativity, traditionally believed to be the birthplace of Jesus on Christmas Eve in the West Bank city of Bethlehem on December 24, 2024. Bethlehem is marking another somber Christmas Eve under the shadow of war in Gaza. Bethlehem marked another somber Christmas Eve on Tuesday, December 24, 2024, in the traditional birthplace of Jesus under the shadow of war in the Gaza. The excitement and cheer that typically descends on the West Bank during the Christmas week were nowhere to be found. The festive lights and cane tree that normally decorate manger square were missing, as were the throngs of foreign tourists that usually fill the square. Palestinian Scots marched silently through the streets, a departure from their usual raucous brass marching band. Some carried a sign that read, "We want life, not death." Security forces, meanwhile, arranged barriers near the Church of the Nativity are built atop the spot where Jesus is believed to have been born. Israeli military actions had influence on Hamas killing of 6 hostages, reports finds banner showing Hersh Goldberg Polin, a 23-year-old hostage who died Hamas captivity in Gaza, hang in Jerusalem. The hostages were killed by their captors. The investigation found and that the Israeli military's activity in that area, although a gradual and cautious, had a circumstantial influence. The actions of the Israeli military had a circumstantial influence on a decision by Hamas militants to kill 6 hostages in Gaza in August, according to the military investigation published on Tuesday, December 24, 2024. The recovery in the September month of the bodies of 6 Israeli hostages, including American-Israeli Harish Goldberg Poland, triggered a deep shock in Israel, prompting 500,000 people to stage street protests demanding the government enter the hostage deal with the Hamas. From Hindustan Times newspaper stated that 5 soldiers killed and 5 injured as the army vehicle plunges into the gorge in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch. At least 5 soldiers died and 5 others, including drivers, sustained critical injuries after the vehicle veered off the road along line of control in Poonch district on Tuesday evening. The damaged army vehicle, which plunged into the gorge in Poonch. All ranks of White Knight Corps extend their deepest condolences on the tragic loss of 5 brave soldiers in a vehicle accident during operational duty in the Poonch sector. Rescue operations are ongoing, and the injured personnel are received medical care. Army's Nagrota-based White Knight Corps wrote on Platform X. People in the constitutional positions cannot settle scores. Jagdeep Dhankar. A notice against the president and Rajya Sabha chairman Jagdeep Dhankar was rejected by the deputy chairman of the upper house, Harivansh, on the several grounds, including the technical flaws on December 19. New Delhi. People holding constitutional posts have to be vindicated by commitment to sublimity, sterling qualities and constitutionalism, and are not in the position to settle a score, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said on Tuesday. Statement came to be the backdrop of the opposition moving a notice on December 10 for a motion of no confidence against the Vice President, who is also the chairman of the Rajya Sabha during the recent winter session of the Parliament. The notice was rejected by the deputy chairman of the upper house, Harivansh, on several grounds, including the technical flaws on December 19. Harivansh described the move as casual and cavalier and noted that it even misspelled the Dhankar's name. Ajay Kumar Bala, ex-Union Home Secretary, appointed new Manipur governor. Former Union Home Minister Ajay Kumar Bala was on Tuesday appointed as the new Manipur governor. The Rashtrapati Bhavan stated in its order. Former Union Home Secretary Ajay Bala is Manipur governor now. Former Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bala was on Tuesday appointed as the Manipur governor, the Rashtrapati Bhavan stated in its order. Bala, a 1984 batch Indian Administrative Service IAS officer of the Assam Meghalaya Cadre, will take over from the Lakshman Prasad Acharya, who was assigned an additional charge of the violence-hit state. Ajay Kumar Bala's tenure as a Union Home Secretary ended in August month. He was appointed to the post in August 2019. Bala has had the longest tenure in the crucial post, considered next to the country's top bureaucrat cabinet secretary. He was succeeded by senior IAS officer Govind Mohan. Now, from the economy of the country, from the business point of view, ahead of budget, Prime Minister Modi calls for deeper and bolder reforms for higher growth. India's GDP rose by 5.4% in July-September, the lowest rate in the 7 quarters, as a weaker expansion in manufacturing and consumption hurt the economy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had a meeting with the economists on Tuesday. Union Incorporated non-agricultural sector sees 13% wage growth, 1.1 crore new jobs in 2023-24. The real rate of wage growth adjusted for inflation would be lower than 13%, as retail inflation during the October 2023 or September 2024 averaged 4.9%. The total number of establishments in the sector increased substantially to 7.34 crore in the 2023-24 and from 6.5 crore in the 2022 to 2023 at 12.8% growth. GST applicable on used car sales only if a sale margin is positive, no tax on individual sales. The recent decision by the GST Council of a uniform 18% rate was aimed at harmonizing GST applicable on sale of all used vehicles, including EVs. There was a confusion in the certain sections on whether GST would be levied while the margin on the sale of the used vehicle is negative, and whether the individual used car sales would also be taxed. Now, from science attack, we have why do we lose muscle mass with the age? Scientists find one factor. The cause of the mutations that erode a mitochondrial function is eventually leading to muscle loss has been unclear. UCLA and the University of Alberta researchers have found that the deletion mutation is an aberrant expression of mtDNA correlated with the biological aging in humans and rodents. As we age, we lose bits of our genome in tissues such as the skeletal muscle and the brain. These losses, called deletion mutations, gradually erode the functions of a cell component called the mitochondrion. Muscle cells lacking a sufficient number of functional mitochondria to support their contractile function die, and this causes the loss of muscle mass. Getting a better understanding of the process that causes deletion mutations might help us to prevent or at least delay it. A beginner's guide to quantum computing. In 2019, IBM unveiled the world's first circuit-based commercial quantum computer. Over the last decade or so, quantum computing has become at the talk of the computer town. The potential to solve complex problems much faster than the classical computers is an intriguing proposition that could benefit it, if not transform several industries. The working of the quantum computer is based on the principles of the quantum mechanics, an idea of the physics that deals with the smallest particle in the universe. Physicist Richard Feynman proposed the idea of developing a computer to stimulate quantum systems in 1982. He discussed the idea of the universal computer that could stimulate all physics, both the quantum and the classical. Researchers realized that classical computers, the computers of today, would struggle with the complexity of the quantum systems, and thus the idea of the quantum computer was born. Since then, scientists have made significant progress in quantum computing. Climate change is making plants less nutritious. Once again, Kent Panda and celebrates Christmas near a Christmas tree is taken off from the bamboos or at Ocean Park in Hong Kong, Monday, December 23, 2024. Plants are low-calorie food source, so it can be challenging for animals to consume enough energy to meet their needs. More than one-third of the animals on Earth, from the beetles to cows to elephants, depend on plant-based diets. Plants are low-calorie food source, so it can be challenging for animals to consume enough energy to meet their needs. Now, climate change is reducing the nutritional value of some foods that plant eaters rely on. Human activities are increasing atmospheric carbon dioxide levels and raising global temperatures. As a result, many plants are growing faster across the ecosystem worldwide. Some studies suggest that this greening of the earth could partially offset rising greenhouse gas emissions by storing more carbon in plants. However, there is a trade-off. These fast-acting plants can contain fewer nutrients per bite. I am an ecologist and work with a colleague is to examine how nutrient dilution could affect the species across the world with food web. Our focus is on the responses in plant feeding population from tiny grasshoppers to giant pandas. As my filmmaker Sandesh Kador's new documentary unveils Nilgiris' unique biodiversity. Mukurthi National Park in Nilgiris. In Nilgiris, a shared wilderness, renowned wildlife filmmaker Sandesh Kador explores India's oldest biosphere reserve. Nilgiris, a UNESCO biosphere reserve nestled in India's Western Ghats, is a region unlike any other in the country. Here, tropical forests, high-altitude grasslands, and the shola woodlands coverage in a unique ecosystem that supports an extraordinary range of wildlife. From leopards and the cowards to the laughing thrush, species found here often adapt in unexpected ways to the encroaching human landscapes around them. However, it's not just the animals but also the people, following an ancient tradition of coexistence, who play a role in the preserving this delicate balance. This interdependence is the subject of Nilgiris, a sheer wilderness, a newly released documentary produced by Rohini Nilkani Philanthropies and directed by acclaimed wildlife filmmaker Sandesh Kaur, launched in Chennai on this November 3rd to coincide with the International Day of our Biosphere Reserve. Sorry. The film highlights the resilience of the Nilgiris wildlife amid increasing encroachment and ongoing efforts to foster a culture of conservation. Sandesh Ho's films have been shown on various leading television networks, including National Geographic Channel, BBC Two Discovery Channel, and Animal Planet discusses the project's origin. This journey began about 3 years ago with a conversation between Rohini Nandan and Nilikani and myself. Rohini, who spent a lot of time in the Nilgiris, brought up to the topic during one of the 4-hour evening walks. Despite extensive literature on the Nilgiris, the group found no comprehensive documentaries specifically about this mountain range. A surprising discovery considering its status as India's first UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. That realization sparked their ambition to create one. How do we know the speed of light? From Science and Tech also, modern estimates of the speed of light are made with a laser beam and an atomic clock. After centuries of developing improved instruments to measure everything in the physical world with increasing precision, scientists have agreed to define the speed of light as precisely 2,099,079,02,458 meters per second. The agreement defines their yardstick. In this case, the meter in terms of the speed of light rather than the other way around. Now, at last, there's a famous personality that is Mother Teresa, whose full name is Marie Teresa Bojazico. Birth anniversary 26th of August 1910, up to 5 September 1997. Better known as Mother Teresa or Saint Mother Teresa, was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun, founder of the Missionaries of the Charity, and is a Catholic saint. Born in Skopje, then the part of the Ottoman Empire, she was raised in a devoutly Catholic family. At the age of 18, she moved to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto, and later to India, where she lived most of her life and carried out her missionary work. On the 4th of September 2016, she was canonized by the Catholic Church as the Saint Teresa of Calcutta, and the anniversary of her 50th 5 September is now observed as her feast day. Mother Teresa received several honors, including 1962 Ramon Magsaysay Peace Prize and 1972 Nobel Peace Prize. 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. Her life and work has inspired books, documentaries, and films. Her authorized biography, written by Navin Chawla, was published in 1992, and on 6 September 2017, she was named a co-patron of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Calcutta alongside the Saint Francis Xavier. However, she was also a controversial figure, drawing criticism for her staunch opposition to abortion, divorce, and the contraception, as well as the poor condition and lack of medical care or pain relief in her house for the dying. Mother Teresa says a very famous quotation as she says that a sacrifice to be real must cost, must hurt, must empty ourselves. The fruit of silence is prayer, the fruit of prayer is faith, the fruit of faith is love, the fruit of love is service. And remember, the fruit of service is calm peace. Okay, thank you.